good minute since I went on live, but we're back. We're back in full effect. You know what I'm saying? More lives to come. More lives to come, trust me. We're gonna wait for some people to come inside so we can interact with them. I know this is work time, work hours, everybody at work. Understand that. I understand that. Your boy just chilling. I just chilling, living life right now. Catching a peace of mind. At the CWL headquarters, we just chilling. Ain't too much we could do outside in all this cold and snow. Sipping a good tea. Let me interact with a few people real quick. So the train go by. Watching the time go by. Yo. Y'all, I'm on a mission right now. I'm on a mission right now to find purpose in my life. Change locations, that change everything up. I wish I had a thing on. What's good, yo? What up, what up, what up? What's poppin', man? Just here chilling, enjoying this day. Some people expect that when you have a channel on YouTube that's talking about anything about God or, you know, a prophet or Jesus, anything like that, they think, oh, you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to always be in a suit or in a certain type of setting or stuff. Yo, y'all need to realize that God will accept you for who you are. It don't matter if I put on jogging pants. It doesn't matter if I put on a bucket hat. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing. What matters is my spirit and the spirit that I carry, the Holy Spirit inside of me. It don't matter what I'm wearing. A lot of people expect every channel on YouTube that talk about God, that talk about Jesus, talk about prophet, anything. They all expect you to be in a suit 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Speaking a certain type of tone, a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? They love tickling your ear, telling you exactly what you want to hear, showing you exactly what you want to see. But me, I've never been the type to do that. I'm not no follower. I'm a rebel. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rebel and I'm a warrior for God. It don't matter. A lot of people think I'm transparent on this channel, y'all. Y'all might see me burning a 1-2 spliff. I don't try to hide these things. I don't try to hide who I am. Cause you know, if y'all only knew the story that I went through, y'all need to go to my older videos on my channel. Subscribe to the channel, by the way, and go check the other the other videos I posted, bro. Your boy done been through a whole bunch of hell trying to on this mission, bro. I'm telling you. Go watch my old videos. Y'all gonna see all of the hell I went through. In the past year, the past 2 years, your boy been through a whole bunch of unnecessary shit in the past year. But you know what? It is necessary because that's what made me. That's what carved me. You know what I mean? A lot of people complain about the stuff that they go through, but God is putting you through certain stuff so you can grow, so you can learn. Thank you, my baby. How you doing? Appreciate the compliment. Amber Money. Get that money, baby. I'm telling you. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know where y'all coming from. You know? I was just explaining about how, you know, I'm a transparent dude, bro. If I want to dress up the way I want to dress, I'm going to dress the way up I want to dress. If I want to put on a suit, I'm going to put on a suit. You know what I'm saying? One thing that's always going to be the same is the spirit, the Holy Spirit that's inside me. That's all always be the same. You know? I'm starting to stop living for other people. I'm living for myself. I'm good, baby girl. I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, man. I feel you. I feel you. I'm going through it too, baby. Tell me about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Your boy is going through it too. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. God bless you though. I hope God guides you through whatever you're going through. You know, I hope God really guides you and relieves the pain, not only in your heart but in your mind. You know what I'm saying? I hope He really bless you. No, I'm telling you seriously, girl. I hope God really guides you through whatever you're going through, because it's not easy to come on YouTube and comment on somebody's channel explaining what you're going through. You know, not everybody could do that. So shout out to you. You know, I could already tell God giving you strength because you did the first step. You know, a lot of people scared to reach out for help, but you know, you can't do everything in this world by yourself. That's what people don't understand. You can't do everything by yourself. People need help. We need help. You know, we have such an ego, such an ego. Like, we don't need nobody. We could do it. We could do this all by ourselves. No, we need God. We need other people, and God will send the right people inside of your life to help you and to guide you and to uplift you. Once you have to go to the hospital. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Amber. I'm sorry to hear that. You know, last year I was in the hospital on 4 different occasions. 4 different occasions, separate occasions last year in 2025. No, in 2024, 4 different occasions. And last year, I have a video of him, and I broke my foot this summer past, right before my grandfather passed away. Right before he passed away, then I broke my foot. Right after he passed away, then I broke my foot. So the whole summer I was out. Hey, God bless your situation with the blood sugar. God bless your situation. You see, that's another thing. It's time for us to start really focusing on our health, y'all. Y'all see the videos that's going around. You see everything. The truth is coming to the light, right? Y'all seeing everything. They made it everything to destroy us, right? Everything was set to destroy us, to program us, to bring us downwards into hell, right? The truth is coming to the light. The darkness is coming to the light, you know? And we're starting to see that now. So we're starting to wake up. We got to start really making the decisions to have a healthier life, man. What are we putting in our body? What are we putting into our mind? You know? I don't want to be a hypocrite. Yes, sometimes I go and burn my spliff, but there's other things that I'm cutting out of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to the way I used to drink and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to smoke cigarettes like how I used to smoke. You know what I mean? Like, we got to start watching what we put into our body, because everything that have to do with the blood in the body, it can be healed. You know, with the right herbs, the right plants, the right things that God provided on this earth can heal everything in the body. I'm telling you, girl. So you know, I appreciate you subscribing. Just know this: if it's something that's wrong with the body, some kind of illness or sickness that's going on with the body, you got to realize that it's the world that put that upon you. It's the world that did that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just know God watching over you. He gonna guide you and show you the right herbs, the right medicine. He gonna give you the right information for you to cure yourself. You know what I'm saying? So God bless you on that journey. God bless you on that journey. I hope that God heals you from anything, illness, sickness wrong with your blood. You know what I'm saying? I pray you just a well-balanced life. You know? That's what I pray for you right now. And that's what we need, y'all. That's one thing that we really do need. We need to have people in our life just like that, that's easy and ready and willing to pray for you right now. They hear something about your situation, something that you need help with. We gotta be surrounded by people that are willing and able to pray for us out of that situation, because prayer moves mountains. I'm telling you, prayer moves mountains, y'all. Hey, I thank you very much, Amber. I really do appreciate that comment. I appreciate that comment. What's up? Come on, 88. What's poppin'? Salute. Good day to you. I appreciate that. Amber, if you're still in the room, I look forward to seeing you in the comments and on the next live and everything. Stay tuned. Turn the post notification on. I really do appreciate you. Amen. That's all we here for. That's all we here for. Okay. Come on. That's all we here for. I'm only here to send a positive message, you know. Stay tuned to the channel. That's all I do. Your boy just pop in and out sometime. And you know, with the Holy Spirit God put on inside of you, I'm ready, I'm willing to just share that positive energy with y'all, man. That's all I do. I do this on YouTube, I do this outside. Stay tuned, stay locked in with this channel though, I'll tell you. because I'm about to make a big transition with my life. I'm not gonna say too much on this, but I'm making y'all gonna see the process. And if you watch and look through my older videos, it's nothing but a journey. And I promise y'all, there's many things y'all can learn from watching that video. Whether it's a mistake that I made and y'all see the consequence or whatever, or y'all gonna see nothing but pure game in these videos because I've been transparent the whole time. I don't cut corners. God bless you too. Okay, it's all good. Amber Money, tap in. I'm looking forward to seeing you around, okay? I'm gonna check up on your situation too, but stay in touch so I see your name again on a video or a comment, or make sure your name is seen. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. God bless you, okay? You have a blessed day. And yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to her, man. It's not easy for people to go out and to reach out for helpers to, because people are so scared when they're vulnerable. They're so scared to let people know their situation or how they're really feeling. But how is somebody supposed to help you if they don't know that what you're going through? That's one thing I realized too, especially when it comes down to like finances and stuff like that, money. A lot of people don't like talking about money. They scared to talk about money. They want to keep it on the hush, hush, hush. But really, the thing you need to be doing, you ever heard the statement, closed mouth don't eat? So how is God supposed to send people in your life to help you about your situation if they're not aware about it? Like you don't gotta be scared or shy or discouraged, or embarrassed about your situation. You don't gotta be doing that, because you know why? God putting you through it for a reason. And at the same time, isn't it so funny how it is so funny how when you down and out at your worst, rock bottom, the devil will send somebody right in front of you, some evil demon right in front of you, to come and flash and stunt right in front of you, pull out a new BMW over in front of you, trying to put on a whole show in front of you. Man, that's the devil working, man. That's the devil working, I'm telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? People kick you when you're down. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. God bless that cat. Hey, one thing I will tell you though, God bless that cat. God bless that cat. I lose my dog a few years ago. I lose my Staffordshire. But if he died 9 years ago, sound like he live a full life, because they say cats have 9 lives. I ain't trying to be funny though. I ain't trying to be funny. I just saying 9 times is a long time to have an animal. Pepper. His name was Pepper. Okay. So you have a little spice in him. So you see? Like 9 years is a long time to be with somebody or have an animal. It's a long time. So you got to think about it as a blessing, because he was with you on that whole journey, and you guys have a lot of memories together and stuff. So it's like, it's a blessing to 9 years. What? You have a pet for 9 years, man. That's a blessing. That's a whole. Okay. I see you got yourself a replacement. One thing I learned about animals, because I always had animals, whether it's budgie birds or having a family cat or a family dog. We always had animals around. Me, I used to love birds. I used to love birds. I used to love birds. But one thing I realized is, like, you see when an animal come into your life, and it's like it got a certain type of spirit on them. You know what I'm saying? Like the soul of that animal is like, you feel like it's a human. Like you know what I'm saying? You feel like it's another human being right there with you. Like he got a solid spirit inside of him. You know what I mean? He brings you joy. He brings you happiness when you see him. Like, But one thing I realized is, when you have that animal, you gotta really cherish the moments that you have with that animal, because when you try to replace him after you pass away or something, God forbid, but we're not here to live forever, we're not here to live forever. So when they pass away, and it's like, it's gonna take some time to recover and to heal from the memories, from the loss, But when you try to replace that animal, you're never gonna find the same spirit in another animal. That you might though, because I believe in reincarnation, but it's like you don't find that same spirit that you used to. Okay. Maybe I misread that. What is that though, Amber? What's a dachshund? I was assuming that was another cat. I was assuming. I didn't mean to say replace, you know, because certain animals, you know, you're never gonna be able to replace them. There's no one that could replace them, you know. Ain't nobody gonna be as good as that cat was to you, you know, and the memories that you have with them. No one could compare to that. So I didn't mean to say the word replace, you know. But maybe I was assuming that you have a new companion rolling with you right now. That's what I was just assuming. But to have a companion, to have an animal, to have a pet. Oh, it's a dog. My bad. I'm not familiar with that species. I'm not familiar with that. You know, to be honest with you, I went to the SPCA about a week or two ago, but I know I'm not in the best situation to have a dog right now. Cause trust me, I want a dog. I love dogs, man. I love pit bulls. I love, you know, Staffordshires. I love bullies. And I seen a pit bull over there at the shelter, and you know, I went over there. They let me walk him. They let me walk him around the street, and they let me meet him, and they let me smell him. And it was like we clicked right away, man. He was a beautiful dog. Remind me of my other dog that I used to have, my other Staffordshire. And it's like, y'all, I didn't have the bread. I didn't have the finances because there's all kind of fees you have to pay and stuff. And it's like, I knew I didn't have the money to go over there and get him anyways. But I just wanted to see him, you know. That's how much I love dogs, man. I just wanted to see him because his name was Happy. They named him Happy, but in the picture he looked so sad. And he's a good dog. He's a good dog, man. Like, I'm gonna check up on the site to see if they still have him over there. But I was trying to adopt him, you know, to put him on the channel. Have a maybe make a separate YouTube channel for him where, you know, a day in the life with Happy and me and like, you know, it's a big thing. Animals on YouTube is a big thing, you know. You see videos of cats and the videos of dogs. People love that type of stuff, you know, and you know, being around dogs, they bring me a lot of joy. So I was trying to, you know, have a little partner that's rolling with me. That's all I was trying to do, but that didn't end up working out. But we gonna see, cause you know, I'm trying to make a transition. I'm trying to move. I'm trying to move to be in a place where I feel a lot more safe, a lot more free. You know, so that's the mission I'm on right now. Yeah, American Pit Bull is beautiful, man. They beautiful dogs. They so beautiful and they so, you know, affectionate too. They so playful. It's just, man, I miss my dog so much, so much. I had him for I think three different apartments. So like about 3 years or so I had him, but I adopted him. You know, I take him from someone that wasn't taking care of him. When I got him, you see his rib cage. He had piss and poop all over him. So I took him and we clicked automatically. He hopped right up in my car. And you know, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna test him and see how it goes if I could live with him. And and yeah, we clicked off right away. We was super good. It was the rest was history, you know. Some of the best days in my life when I was he was with me every day. We used to go everywhere we used to go. He ride in passenger in my car. I used to have white leather seats in an old Lexus I used to have. I didn't even care about the seats. That's how much I used to love him, you know. I'd just be like, whatever, the car is yours, you know. Everywhere where I used to go with this dog, I used to ride by the water every single day. There was one summer, it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Every single day, I would ride by the water by the beach with this dog. Every single day. Her name's Cole. Her name's Cole or Chloe. Maybe I read that wrong. Cole. Her name's Cole. Yeah, I like cats too. I do. I like cats too. You know, I was thinking about getting a cat over here, but at the moment, I got an air mattress right there. That's what I'm sleeping on the ground. I got an air mattress over there, and I don't think the way cats with their claws are would be too good of an idea to, you know. You see when they start going on the couch and they start like trying to sharpen their claws. I don't need to leave one day and then to come back to find out my cat been sharpening his claws on my air mattress. Boy, I don't need that kind of news dropping up on me right now. I do not need that. You know. I'm looking at a dog right now because I like going in nature a lot. I walk around in nature a lot, and where I'm planning to go right now is nothing but a bunch of nature, and I might even be leaving the country. You know, God willing, I'll be able to leave the country and to start a way better life. You know, to start a way better life from scratch, from brand new, where nobody know me, a bunch of strangers. You know, and start my life all over. That's what I'm trying to do right now. So I'm trying to do right now. Yeah, sure. You come back. As long as you make sure to come back, I'll stay on live until you come back. All right. We're gonna stay on the live. You take care of yourself. It's good talking to you, Amber. Take care of your animals now. Take care of your animals. Don't forget to feed them. Salute, man. Salute. I love that, man. You see, like, that's all you need sometimes. It's like a positive person to just talk to just vibe with. And that's exactly what I'm saying, man. How God will just bring people inside of your life that'll uplift you. People that you don't even know. Because y'all don't even know the stuff I'm going through behind the scenes, you know? But the way I make it look, the way I present myself, the way you would never think I'm going through what I'm going through, you know? But God give me joy. He gave me joy this morning. I woke up this morning, you know, alive, well, you know what I'm saying? Prayed. I thank God for another day, man. Every day is not gonna be perfect, you know. Every day ain't gonna be perfect. It's what you gonna make of the day. All right, Amber, we're gonna keep the live up for you. As long as it's not no 10 hour or so something like that. 10 hours from now, cause I ain't staying on the live for no 10 hours. I don't know how long we gonna stay, but I'm gonna stay on as long as I can for you. Okay. I'll stay on as long as I can for you. Shout out to Amber. You know, that's all you need sometimes, man. This is exactly why I came up on live, just so I could vibe with positive people like that. God bless you. God bless you. You know, I'm over here just to interact, to talk with new people. You know, talk with new people, man. You know, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Good looking. Yeah, I don't go on live too often. I don't go on live too often. You know. I found myself going on live when I was just drinking, and I would just be drinking, or, you know. All right, you take care of yourself now. Take care of yourself, Amber. I'll see you in the next one, or I'll see you back on the live. I'll see you in a few. I gonna stay on live for you. I'll see you when you come back. Drinking some tea. I don't know if y'all know that some kind of rice tea or something. My mom dropped me some rice tea from like. She dropped me that I think like 5 6 months ago. I only started drinking that now, but the tea was real nice, man. The tea is real nice. What's going on? Welcome. Your boy just chilling, burning one too. You know, reflecting on life right now, reflecting on everything that's going on. You know. Okay, so stay if you can stay. Stay. Yeah, if you driving now, if you driving, I don't suggest you. You know, I don't suggest you be on your phone. Don't take that risk for me now. Okay, I ain't gonna suggest that now. Safety first. You take care of yourself first. I'ma always be around. God willing, I'ma always be around. You know, but don't text and drive now. Don't text and drive. Don't do that. You know, we want everybody safe and blessed, and, you know, being able to stay in this life. So, you know, be safe. Safety first. Don't take a risk for somebody else that could put your life in jeopardy. Don't ever do that. You know, don't ever do that. It's all good. All good. It's all good. I appreciate you staying in the live. You know, I appreciate you doing that. I appreciate you tuning in. You know, it's always a pleasure speaking and meeting new people. You know, I always love to meet new people, and, you know, I love the fact that God just sent random people in my life. Always do it, you know, to give you an uplifting word, or give you a helping hand, or to, you know, to encourage you. He always do it, man. And, you know, sometimes God bless you when you least expect it. When you least expect it, because God work in mysterious ways. You know, in His timing. One thing we gotta understand is God's timing is not like man's timing. You know, you gotta think God is the creator of the whole universe. He don't operate by this man-made timing. 60 seconds, 60, 60 minutes in an hour. Like, they don't, God is not operating by humans' timing. He's not, you know? So what might seem long for God, what might seem long for us, could be quick for God. What might seem quick for us might be long for God. Like, you know what I'm saying? God is on different timing, y'all. He's on a whole different time frame. He don't operate by our man-made timing. He gonna do whatever he wants to do when he wants to do it. But haven't you noticed in the past, every time when you backed into a corner, every time where you wondering where the help gonna come from, where a helping hand gonna come from, how you gonna survive another day, every time, you know, God is right there. He's right there every time. You know, it says in the Bible, God says in the Bible, God will never leave you or forsake you. And you know, he come by his own timing. It might be, you might be on your last dime, your last nickel, wondering how you gonna do this, how you gonna do that. And when you keep your faith, when you stay positive on that mission, trust me, something will pop up for you when you least expect it. That's how God operates. When you least expect it. God be testing us so much, when I tell you, he be testing us to really see where our heart is at. Is we gonna hold on? Is we gonna endure till the end? Because it says in the Bible, you will reap if you faint not. But you know, some of the stuff that I'm gonna just keep it 100, because I don't cut corners on this channel. I keep it 110% on this channel. Sometimes, because God will never put you through too much than you could bear. But sometimes it feel like the stuff that we going through is just overwhelming. You feeling like some of the stuff that God allowing you to go through, or God making you go through, you feel like it's just too much sometimes. You be asking God, like, why are you putting all these burdens on my shoulder? Why am I going in this same loop over and over and over? You know? Why is it that things are not moving as fast as I want them to move? And God is right there. He's saying, be still. You know what I mean? Because he's teaching us. He's forming us, you know? Imagine, I'm going to give an example right now. Look at all the spoiled kids, right? All the spoiled kids with rich parents that get everything that they want when they want it. How do these people grow up to be when in their adult lives? How do these people grow up to these kids when they grow up that got spoiled their whole life, got everything they wanted their whole life, everything was given and handed out to them? Y'all, I'm sure y'all know. But when you see when these people grow up, how they grow up to be, those be the people at your workplace, probably the manager, a little higher up position, you know what I'm saying? These be the kind of people like, bro, they treat you like shit. They talk to you any kind of way. You know, they think they could treat you any kind of way. They have no morals, no respect. They feel privileged, you know? They feel like they're just privileged, like they're so much better than you. Like, life is a breeze for them. They got this kind of egotistical spirit that they carry. That's how they grow up to be, you know what I'm saying? So God is not giving us everything when we want it, as we want it. Because he's making us a human, a God-fearing being of class, of morals, of respect. He's crafting us, you know what I mean? He's making sure we come out on the other end, unburned, untouched, but we come out pure. We come out holy on the other end. You understand? Like, when you have everything given to you, when you want it, how you want it, now, you become spoiled and rotten. You don't know how to value things. You know where I'm coming from? It'd be the same thing with God, yo. But at the same time, God will spoil you. When your time comes to be spoiled, boy, you're going to get spoiled rotten. When it's your time, when your breakthrough season is there, and it's your turn to be blessed, them breakthroughs will rain on your life, I'm telling you. Don't be thinking just because God's withholding a certain blessing from you right now. You might not be ready for that right now, but when he decides and when he opens up the gates of heaven for the blessings to rain on your life, yo, trust me, you're going to be overwhelmed with the blessings. You're going to be waking up in the morning, looking at your bank account, jumping up and down, praising the Lord. You're going to have butterflies all up in your stomach. Not knowing, not wondering where this blessing came from, but you know where it came from, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't even question it. When that miracle money come, when that breakthrough come, don't even question how or why or when. Don't even question nothing. Just accept it. Say, thank you, Lord, for this blessing. I receive it in the name of Jesus. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, God works in mysterious ways. And you know why? I'm gonna tell y'all honestly, the situation that I'm in right now, the position right that I'm in right now, you know, God will strip a lot of things from you. He'll take everything from your life. And when I say everything, I mean everything. You take your resources, your companionship, your finances, everything. He'll strip you like paint thinner, you know? But one thing I realized, every time I hit rock bottom, don't know who to call upon, don't know where to turn, you know, God give me this unspeakable peace that he gives me, this joy that he gives me. He give me this peace and this joy. I feel real true happiness within, and it has nothing to do with material possessions. What's going on? What's going on? Rocky, what's poppin'? You know, it be like that sometimes, man. That's why we learn, we asking God for wisdom so we know what we're going through. We know the obstacles we're going through, man. It's just like, man, this is our Father, this is our Creator. You know, this is our Father, this is our Creator. He has our best interests at heart at all times. So we just gotta trust in his timing, you know what I mean? He taking care of us. He got his own way. Yeah, sometimes it's like he keeping us on a short leash, but sometimes just gotta trust in God. What up, my boy Rocky? We just talking, we just venting, man. We just talking. I was just talking about God, you know what I'm saying? And like how like the most time in my life where I really appreciated life in itself was when I hit rock bottom, man. Some of the times in my life where I really found the most happiness in my life, where I really feel like I don't need anything to be happy, not even food, maybe nothing to eat for the day, maybe, you know, nobody to talk to, but when I really tap in, I really start finding out true happiness, you know? We talking about all different kind of stuff right now, man. We talking about everything, everything that's going on in the world, all the craziness that's going on in the world, you know? We talking about everything, man. Y'all see what's going on the news. I'm not gonna get too much into any kind of topic too much, you know. Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Rocky, man. You know, a lot of people just don't know, man. A lot of people just don't know what God has to offer. They just don't have. They just don't have God. Amber, I see you. They just don't know. They don't know God. They don't know who He is. That's why. You know what I mean? I've had so many y'all. That's why y'all need to watch my older videos, man. I have so many testimonies, so many things that I talk about in these videos, y'all. I'm telling y'all. That's why shit's so pure. Videos are so pure. I don't cut corners on this channel. So when I drop videos, some people ask me like, why your videos not blowing up like how other people are that just talking junk? There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. I've had other YouTube channels where I was just posting car videos, pulling up the car dealerships and, you know, luxury Mercedes and BMW and stuff like that. And I'm just filming their cars, you know, the interior, exterior and stuff like that. Or even back when I have one friend that's a jeweler. I just used to post like Cuban links, like iced out Cuban links, real diamonds and stuff like that. I used to post these videos on a different YouTube channel, and those videos one day thousands of views. One day thousands and thousands and thousands. I think my first month I was almost monetized in my first month doing that. Because you know people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear some bullshit. They want to hear what they want to hear. They want to hear get their ears tickled. You know, they want people to say exactly what they don't want to hear. No truth. You know, people don't want to hear the truth. They want to see some bullshit. So you know, there's always when people doing some bullshit, posting stuff that people want to see, cars, animals, stuff. People always gonna want to see that. But when you really speaking the truth and finding your way, especially someone that's still on their path, still finding their way, God is still working on them, and you're a content creator and you're sharing your testimony during that process. Trust me, the devil gonna be busy working, coming against you. Trust me. You know, you think they want a bunch of new YouTubers that are just woken up or that been woken up, you think they want everybody on YouTube spreading awareness about Jesus Christ and to try to draw you closer to Jesus Christ? You think that's what they want? Yo, we live in an evil world. Evil world with wickedness in high places everywhere you look. Everywhere you look. You know? But one thing I'm learning about myself too. I'm still learning about myself. You know? I've been so stuck at this in this place that I am, feeling so limited because you know it's like, you ever heard the term, I guess you could say, when you put a flea inside of a jar and you put the lid on? At the beginning that flea was jumping. Yeah, that guy he might be striving above me, but he'll never be above God. God is the only one above, I tell you. He could talk about that all he wants, you know? But check this. Y'all ever see the term where they say you put a flea inside of a jar and you put on the lid? At first, that thing will jump like a meter. And as soon as you put the lid on top of that, he only gonna jump about 3 or 4 inches because that lid was put on top of that flea. So now he limited. You know what I'm saying? He limited himself. You know? But once that lid is off, that flea gonna be able to jump a meter, 2 meters up in the air. I forget what it is, how high fleas can jump. They could jump something crazy like a meter and a half, 2 meters or something. They like some super bugs, pretty much, you know? It's the same thing when you up in your spot, when you up in your apartment. Don't let the devil trick your mind, man. He's trying to limit you the same way. He's trying to put that lid on top of your jar, so you feel like you can only go to a certain height. You can only go to a certain height. That's why I say in the Bible, be separate and come out from amongst them. These people are gonna try to put limitations on top of your life, man. There you go. There you go. Rocky telling them right there. You see what I'm saying? And this is what they've been doing for our whole life. For our whole life, this is what they've been doing. They've been keeping the lid right up on top of that jar, so none of us can really see how high we can jump, man. Yo, we starting to wake up now. A lot of us been waking up the past few years. I'd say about 6 or 7 years ago is when I really started seeing people like really waking up. People who are starting to inform me. You know, people really waking up, y'all. People are really waking up right now. You know, God is waking us up. The darkness must come to light. Yeah, they try to limit us. They've been limiting us for our whole life, putting this jar. You know what? You know what God is doing? He's slowly removing that lid. He's removing that lid slowly. And yo, we reaching our full potential now. Chosen ones. I'm talking about the chosen ones. We reaching our full potential now. Because now we seeing that imaginary lid that they put on top of us, that shit was just fake. That shit was just fake. Now that we seeing that we don't have no limits, that we could just jump higher. We starting to jump, man. We starting to jump. You know, we starting to jump. We starting to really see that there ain't no limitations, and now we going way higher. You know, all these rules that be set into place. Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. This is a cool bucket. This is a, you know, I only really bought this for my grandpa's funeral. He passed away a few months ago, and I bought this to do the all black. I had the black dress shirt. I bought this. I wanted to do a little, you know, little mob type of thing. You know what I'm saying? A little something formal. I like putting on a bucket hat every now and then. You know. I like to dress up every now and then, man. Sometimes you might see me in a wife beater. Sometimes I might just put on a suit. But one thing that I will tell you guys is on this channel, it don't matter what kind of clothing I have on, what kind of raiment I'm wearing for the day. That doesn't matter. My spirit is always going to be the same. My intentions is always going to be the same. It's always going to be pure. You know, I'm always going to be pure. I don't cut corners on this channel. And you know, I'm walking on thin ice over here, to be honest with y'all, because you know, I was just going in on some videos and just saying things, certain things that people don't want to hear on social media and stuff like that, you know. And I realized, I'm like, yes, I'm making content. I'm a content creator, but I'm also abiding under YouTube and Google and their guidelines and stuff like that. So there's certain people in certain groups, the LGBTQ communities and all this different kind of stuff, and these people don't want you talking about them. You know? Hey man, I'm sorry to hear about your grandmother, man. I send my condolences too. I send my condolences, man. It ain't easy losing a loved ones, you know? Like I lost a lot of distant family. You see, I have a lot of family in the islands. I got family in the States, in Detroit, all around Atlanta. Yeah, man, I'm from Canada. I'm born and raised in Canada. But you see, my grandfather is the father of my mother. You see, like he was my friend, you know. That's from the white side of my family, on my mom's side, you know. We weren't super close when we were growing up, but as I started to get older, the past few years, I started realizing, man, this is the only grandfather I have because my other grandfather passed away from Bahamas. He passed away already, you know. Rest in peace to him. But my grandpa that was down here, I used to just like it was mostly around the time where I was homeless, you know, at the time or before I was close to being homeless. I just used to like looking for my runs that I can go and do for the day, you know, like if for any of you that ever been like, you know, God forbid, but like if any of you ever experienced homelessness or you have nowhere to stay or nothing like that or been on the road or in the streets like that, you know, on your day you gotta make your runs, you know what I mean? And by that I don't mean nothing negative. I don't mean like you serving or whatever. I mean like you get up, you might want to take a walk to somewhere for the day and start your day like that. Grab a coffee, start your day. You're making your moves around, you know? He used to be somebody that turned into a friend where he was in an old folks home. My family put him in an old folks home, which I didn't like anyways. I don't know. I used to tell them like, I don't know why y'all move him from his apartment into this old folks home, because God was telling me in my spirit that his time is coming up soon, you know. And I was mad at my family for a long time for that. Like, why y'all putting him in this old folks home? Y'all see he's miserable over here. He don't want to be here. I'm basically telling him that he's on his last days. You know what I mean? Why don't y'all let him live the way he want to live for his last days? You know? That's what I was telling him. I told him I don't even care about me working no job or nothing. I'm gonna take care of him. That's what I told them. I said, get him an apartment. You know, get him an apartment. I'm gonna take care of him. I'll be his caregiver. They didn't want that. They didn't want that. They didn't want that. You know. But one thing I will say is every time I needed somewhere to stop by and feel like I got a friend right there before I go, you know, back into the streets, back wherever I was going. He was always there at that old folks home. Anytime I could just pull up there, go up to his room and just sit down and have a conversation with him. And, you know, I'd always tell him, hey grandpa, I used to call him Papa. Hey Papa, you know, I'm gonna rent that Mercedes, that Sportsman, I think it's the GT. That Mercedes G, I'm gonna rent that. We gonna go driving around. All the stuff I used to tell him and tell him and say that I was gonna do, you know. Them some things that I wasn't able to do, and you know. And when he passed, it was just like it wasn't. I already knew that what was coming. I already knew God was already putting it on my spirit a long time. You know that it was his time soon, but you know that was my friend. You know, that was my friend, regardless of color, regardless of whatever. It was a soul, it was a spirit that was open and welcoming me, especially with all my past, with all the baggage that I have and stuff like that. He would just be leveled with me. He wasn't judging me. He was treating me, you know what I mean? He'd be telling me stuff that he ain't even he'd be telling me stuff that he ain't even want to tell my other family, or he wouldn't tell my mom and stuff like that. He'd be telling me, you know. Let me catch up with the chat though. Shout out to the chat. I appreciate y'all commenting, man. I gotta stay in tune with that. Portuguese. Oh, okay. I'm from Canada too, man. I'm from Canada. I'm in Quebec. Amber's in the house. What's up, Amber? Welcome. We still here. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna show y'all something, man. Hold up. You know that one thing, yo. That's one thing that nobody could take away from you, and that's memories. For some of y'all that been to funerals or that been to funerals, you know what this bag is. You know the purpose of this bag right here. For some of y'all that are already familiar with funerals and stuff like that, you guys know what this bag is. And you know the pictures, all the pictures come out with the family and all that, you know? You see the white side of my family, you see the black side of my family. Man, they didn't even know what to do. They didn't even know what to do, man. I'll show y'all the picture, man. That's me and my grandpa right there, man. I was going around taking pictures, doing all kind of stuff, man. I was on the road taking pictures in the street, recording, doing all kind of stuff, man. Yeah, Amber, you know what's up. You know how the ashes come. You know what it is. You know what it is. All kind of man. These pictures so funny because half my family black, half my family white, and they foolish fellas did not know how to act, man. I'm telling y'all, they did not know how to act together. You know, they did not know how to act, man. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to your mother, man. That's super hard. That's something super hard to deal with, you know. The relationship with me and my mom is very complex, you know, because like it's like when I was young, man. I was young. I was trying to find my way. I was trying to find, you know. I was trying to find my way. You know what I mean? And I was young, man, but I was so heartbroken, you know. But I was used to hang around the wrong people. I used to have the wrong people around, and you know, I wasn't doing the best things. So you know, my mom kicked me out, man. She's like, I don't want you. I don't want you around the house, around your brothers, around your sisters, being a negative influence, you know. Because her and my dad were just going through it. Her and my dad just separated at the time. So you know, I was just reminding her of my dad. I was just reminding her. I was just reminding her of my dad. So you know, one day my mom was just like, "Yo, I have enough. I have enough for you." Like, I'm not gonna say like I was the worst kid ever. I was like doing the worst things ever, but I was a pretty good kid. I was always loyal. Always had a good heart, you know. But you know, my mom was going through her stuff, taking care of a whole family by herself too, and stuff like that. So it's like I see where she was coming from, you know. But what my family did to me was just a little bit too cold for what I was built for at the time, you know. So yeah, I went to the streets, man. I was into the traps, into all this stuff, you know. You know, and I never, you know, my family never get to know me. They don't, still to this day. They don't know me like they don't know me like that. They never took the time out to really like, you know. I always been living. I've been living on my own since I was like what, 15 years old, 15, and you know these people never took the time out to come and like pull up to my spot or come sit with me and vibe and talk with me. None of them did that, you know. All we got is family at the end of this day, man. All we have is family. All we got is family, bro. And God, that's all we got at the end of this day. I'm telling you. These is just stories. I know I'm going crazy random with the stories. I'm going up, down, left, and right with the stories, but you know, that's how my life been. You know, up, down, left, right. I'm used to it. You know, and I really appreciate y'all for tuning in, for giving me a space where I could just vibe and just be myself. You know, that's what I love the most about y'all, man. Like, I ain't monetized yet, but it's coming. Trust me. I got a lot planned. You know, a lot planned that I'm doing for you guys. I'm working on. Well, first of all, I'm working on myself. You know, I'm trying to get my money up right now. You know, I'm trying to get my finances up. Things been super tough over here, bro. Trying to find my way, trying to live it day to day, trying to survive. You know, but better days to come, man. Better days to come. I'm not dwelling on the negative or, you know, I'm not, as one of my boys would say, I'm not stressing about things that are out of my control. You know, something's out of my control. What can I do? I can't do nothing about it, you know? The sun's gonna go down no matter what. There's nothing I can do about that. You know what I mean? There's nothing. Hey, go rock with your brother, my boy. Rock with your brother. You know what I mean? Family first. I appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one, man. Salute. Take care of yourself. God bless you. And yeah, you know. I appreciate that. Appreciate you topping in. Appreciate you topping in. Y'all give me a second. I just gotta go use the washroom real quick. We back. Y'all stayed in the chat. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. I got some patient supporters in the house, man. Shout out to y'all. Nothing but love. Nothing but peace and love, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. It's such a blessing, you know? It's like, yes, I consider myself one of God's children. I am one of God's children. You know what I'm saying? I consider myself a chosen one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I do. You know? And there's so much that comes with being chosen. You know, just like all of the stories that I was talking about and all that stuff I went through and all homelessness and being kicked out and abandoned and all that stuff. All that stuff, it has to happen for the chosen one. Like we gotta go through all this kind of crazy stuff. And as one of my good boys from Bahamas would say, it's all part of our story. It's all part of our story that we gonna laugh about one day. You know? It's all part of the story we're gonna laugh about one day, because you know, it's, you know, but what can I say though, you know, like, it don't matter how many times I hit rock bottom, you know, because like how close I've gotten with God lately, I don't even care how much I hit rock bottom. As long as I got God in my life, I'm gonna be just fine. Y'all, I done hit the most of the rock bottoms, you know. I don't know how many times I had to lose everything that I own and start back over. I don't know how many times I had to be embarrassed and to be, you know, stripped of my power, stripped of my confidence. You know what I'm saying? The devil been coming after me since I was a baby. Before I was even formed in my mother's womb. The devil knew God had a special plan for me, had an anointing on my life. He knew I was anointed. That's why I was going through all kind of stuff since I was a kid. You know? And at this point right now, I'm ready to, I'm getting myself ready to pack up my stuff and fly to another country and live on the beach. Y'all gonna see. I'm taking this whole background stuff. I love that type of stuff, right? But we taking it to the beach. We taking it to outdoors. I'm gonna be outside on the beach side every day, posting videos, posting content every day. I'm telling y'all, it's not gonna be like over here up in Canada, where it's like, especially I live in one of the worst cities. If you're a child of God, I live in one of the worst cities you could be in. But you know, I was born here. Like my crazy family wanted to start up a life over here where you can't even survive if you don't have shelter. You know. Literally, man, and it's like, I tried. You can't say I didn't try, man. I tried everything. You see, I went to school. I got my diploma. In welding. I finished up welding school. After that, going to welding school is hard to get a job. Y'all see? I even got a bursary from a school. They gave me a bursary. It wasn't It wasn't no bursary like that. It was just a little 200, you know. But still, like they called me up for a ceremony. They gave me another diploma. It was an honor. You know what I mean? It was an honor to receive that. But at the same time, I went through all of this school, all of this. Mind you, I'm living in a shelter, going to this school, finish up my welding school while living in a shelter. You know, one of the worst experiences of my life, but at least it was a roof over my head, you know? At least it was a roof over my head. If I could have took anything from that situation, I would have, you know, I would have been a little bit more focused on my finances. But one thing people don't seem to understand is when you're homeless, when you're in the street, you're distressed. You don't have no sense of security. You feel like you're on a raft in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? You got no sense of security. You don't got no second where you could pause and just take a break and just realign yourself. When you're in the streets, when you're on the road like that, you don't have that luxury. You know, you always on go, constantly, always on edge, constantly. And you know, it's just like it's such a bad situation to be in, you know what I mean? So the worst part about it, man, I remember that day where I really was sleeping outside, you know, where I really had to go sleep outside. Like I have my bags and stuff. I'm looking for shelter. That night, I promise you, there was almost tornadoes right in front of me. There was rain, thunderstorms. God was mad that night. I'm telling you, because it was sad, man. I didn't have there was nobody in my phone that I was able to call. Nobody in my phone that I was able to call and be like, you know, hey, can I come stay with you for a bit? Like, I'm just in a messed up situation. I'm still in school. I'm almost finished. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing everything that I can do. I just need like, I just needed a place that I could stay for a little while. There wasn't nobody like that. I packed up my bags and ran right outside of my school. Cause they had some shacks and stuff. They had like some, it was like a little mini farm. They had like all kind of like chicken coops and stuff like that. And these like little cages where they would put, you know, store stuff, tools and whatnot. And you know, that night I had to crash out. I had to crash out over there. I mean, you see, that's one thing. I don't act like I'm better than other people. You know what I mean? On this channel, I tell my story. I tell my truth. You know, I don't act like I'm better than other people. I don't act like none of that. I tell y'all exactly what I had to go through. You know, and the worst part about it is because, you know, my spirit's so pure. I feel everything. You know, I'm real sensitive. I feel everything. If it's negative energy, I cannot be around it. You know what I mean? I cannot be around it. You know, it's spiritual torture for me to be around negative energy. And all these kind of jobs, when you're trying to get a welding job, you up in a usine. That's what they call it in Quebec and French. So usine. I just playing with y'all. My French ain't that bad though. I can speak a little bit of French though, but like a metal shop, you know what I mean? When you going up in these places and these trades and stuff like that, you ain't finding no chosen ones there. You're not about to find no chosen ones, no children of God in these trade places. It'd be rare if you do. You might, but it'd be rare if you do, man. These people is like, I'm gonna speak for myself at my situation, but the people I was working with, God gave me the gift of discernment. You know, I have a high sense of intuition. When I step up in places, I know who my enemy is. You know what I mean? Before you introduce yourself, I know the spirits that people carry inside of them. And it was just, mind you, I did about 6 months of this job. I finished probation, I finished everything. I did about 6 months of this. But when I tell you that these job places is full of demons, man, I'm telling you. These people was punk, rock, what you call them? I ain't judging people with their styles and stuff. I got my own style and stuff I like to do, but you know, with these punk rock type of people, man, these people carry all kind of demonic spirits on them. You know what I mean? I'm having these punk co-workers that's like got 666 on their toolboxes and stuff like that. I'm not trying to be around y'all, man. I'm a child of God. I'm bringing the light up in this whole place, and I'm dealing with these attacks all day long, man. Y'all don't even know. Pushing. I push through it every day. I push through it every day. Yo, y'all don't even know. You know, they take my car from me. They take my license from me. I had a nice Lexus, but they take all my shit from me. So I'm still catching the bus and the metro every day to go there in another city, y'all. Mind you, but my job that I'm no longer working at. It's been like 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks or so, just before the holidays. Mind you, it was in a whole another city. It was not even in the same city I'm working, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. It was not even in the same city. I'm taking the bus and the metro 3 hours and 20 minutes a day just to go to a whole nother city to work in a place surrounded by demons that attack me every day just to pay my bills. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. It's the shit that like, and because the only reason I did it for that long is because I'm telling God, like, I don't want to go back to the streets. I don't want to do things I used to do. You know what I mean? I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to live the life or go down the path that I was continuing to go. So that's why I stuck with this job. I said I'm gonna give it my 110%, and I did. Still to this day, I'm the best worker there. They pissed off I'm gone. They're pissed. Doing the job better than like you know when it's your time to go and to leave a job place is when they try to dumb you down. When they try to slow down your work, like you're going too fast. You're doing too good of production. You know what I mean? They're just trying to slow me down, man. And it's like I knew I shouldn't have quit that job. I knew I shouldn't have quit that job, man. But I was tired of having mental breakdowns. I was tired of having anxiety every single morning, every after work on the bus at the metro. I was so tired of it, man. Being attacked, my spirit being attacked 24/7, man. I was so tired of it. You know? Till one morning I woke up. I already got my whole work attire on, my work pants, work boots. I'm ready to go. And I'm just having anxiety attacks every single morning, man. After 6 months, I had enough. I said, God, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills. I don't know how I'm gonna do this and that. I don't know how I'm gonna make money. But I'm not doing that no more, man. I'm not doing that no more. You know? I'm telling y'all right now, man. I'm preparing my life right now for me to go live off of the island. I'm telling you guys, that's the direction I'm heading in. Cause I can't go to the next job and go hand out resumes like I've been doing. I'm still doing, you know what I'm saying? But I can't do that for too long knowing that it's gonna be the same thing in another place. You're not gonna find the same people, but you'll find the same spirits, just on different people in a different place. That's why y'all like it's messed up, man. Cause you know the opportunities I have to do some things just to make money to pay bills. You know, that's what it's all about, paying the bills. Like that's all the landlord care about is you paying your bill every month, Wi-Fi for all this stuff, y'all. I burnt out on the last job, y'all, and it hurt me bad to even admit that. Yeah, I quit. I give up. You know, I had enough, man. I had enough, man. These people don't know. They're not gonna understand. Your family members, they ain't gonna understand the spiritual warfare that we going on, that we going through every day, at the stores, wherever we go and encounter people, man. Them demonic spirits that be on them, inside of them, they jump on you, man. When you next to these people, bro, you could feel it. You could feel the attack. You feel the uneasiness. You feel like the anxiety stirring up in your stomach. You feel like the uncomfortableness. We feel it, y'all. We feel it. And you know, my family and these people didn't understand that. So they look at me a certain type of way. They just think like, you know, like I'm lazy or something. I'm not lazy, boy. I'm grinding every single day doing what I have to do. You know? I was buying and selling. I'm trying to do like a million different things, you know? But I come to a certain point where, you know, when the well dries up and the well dries up, you know, you gotta start moving different. But one thing I will say is that I'm never giving up. I'm not giving up. If y'all only knew, I got all kind of like worries that trying to come into my head and all kind of stuff, man. All the bills I see piling up and stuff. Y'all, I ain't moving scared. I'm not. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best every day. I know that I'm trying my best. There's only so much I could do. And one thing I'm not doing is beating myself up for not being where I want to be. You know? Because I don't care. God could take all of the time that He wants. He could take all of the rest. He could take the rest of my life. and just continue working on me, working on me. Just work on me, Lord. Continue to work on me. You know what I'm saying? Continue to teach me, continue to guide and direct my footsteps. You know? I already know. I already know for a fact that if I just stay in this direction and stay chasing God, searching God, seeking God's face, all the other things will be added unto me. All these other stuff that I'm not even worried about materialistic stuff, y'all. At this point in my life, I just want peace and joy and love. I done been through so much stuff, y'all. I'm surprised I'm even free. I'm not dead or in jail. Like, it's a miracle. It really is a miracle. You could ask anybody that knows me. If you had a chance to talk to my mom right now, or talk to my dad right now, he would look you dead ass in your eyes and tell you, I wouldn't wish what my son been through on anybody in my worst enemies. They would tell you that straight to your face. I'm not joking. You know, that says a lot, boy. Everybody been through stuff though, right? It ain't only me. All of God's children are going through all obstacles. And the best example that I could give y'all is these two magnets I got right here. Y'all see, when you get a negative and a negative, you feel that resistance from the magnet, but you can't see it with your own eyes, y'all. You feel me? You can't feel it with your own eyes. You can't see it with your eyes. You can't see the resistance, like what's blocking it, but it's there though. You feel me? It's there. You see how the force is moving, but you're not seeing it? You don't see it with your eyes, just like wind. You don't see it with your eyes, but it's there. Yo, we cannot deny the Father God. We cannot deny his grace and his mercy. I'm telling y'all. That resistance, this is what the chosen one's been going through our whole lives. And we only waking up recently to realize what we going through. Our whole life we've been going through this. We trying to go forward. We trying to move forward and go up and to better things in our life, prosperity, abundance, and all of our life. We got this resistance going against us, pushing us back, pushing us in that direction, pushing us in that direction. And then we fall off. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's stuff that people don't want to talk about. You know? And you know, basically that's why I am where I am right now. You know? I'm still finding out things about myself. You know? One thing I know for sure is I love the nature. And I'm going in that direction. I'm going to become a beach boy, basically. A beach boy. A beach boy preacher. You know, off of the land. Organic diet. This is what I want to do. You know? Y'all give me a second. Let me get some lights set up over here. It's getting a little dark. Bada bing, bada boom. Get a little light situation going on, you know? Yes, sir. Gotta have a little light thing going on. A light situation going on, you know? That's alright. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do for now. But yeah, man, if any of you guys were wondering what I'm really up to over here, what I be doing, I really be, at this very moment, I really just be figuring out, you know, what God wants me to do, what direction God wants me to go in. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's only so much I could do. I can only beat up myself so much, you know? And I'm a very resourceful guy. I can make things happen from nothing, you know? But it's just like, sometimes, you know, when the well dries up, it really dries up. And then I just think and sit back and analyze what I could learn from this situation. What is God is trying to teach me from this situation. There's all kind of stuff. There's always positive and a negative, always, you know? And I just use my life as literally as a demonstration, as a testimony. This is what the whole point of my YouTube channel is. And this is the whole point. This is the whole purpose of me doing YouTube. It's the whole purpose. I'm going to tell y'all right now. The purpose of me doing YouTube and the reason why God has me doing these videos, chatting with y'all, putting myself on the line, breaking down my ego just to let y'all know the stuff that I've been going through and stuff like that. The reason why he has me doing that is because I've been through so much hell in my life. So much shit that just broke me. Been through so much of that he wants me to share my testimony. He wants me to share my testimony with other people so they can see the works of God. They can literally see the works of God, man. This is what he wants me to do. It's not just like I just wanted to do YouTube by myself just for like no purpose. Because I could have been just making car videos like I used to do. Car videos straight making. I would have already been making money off of YouTube right now if I stayed making car videos. You know, and I'm still thinking about going back and doing that. When I get my laptop back and I can edit videos, you know, I'm gonna start making car videos and edit kind of videos and stuff like that. But for now, literally, I'm not making money from this channel right now. Not yet. It's coming soon though. I will be making money off of this YouTube channel soon. And I'm gonna take that money and it's gonna go right back into the channel. You know, I have a charity idea I'm working on. I team up with my church sometimes when they're doing certain drives, and you know, I contribute, whether it's a sock drive, you know. Today was the food drive. I wasn't able to make it today, but I used to help out every Tuesday. I used to help out with the food drive. You know, it's such a good feeling, you know, where you have people coming in, you know, they're less fortunate or whatever. I was even standing in that line once upon a time. You know, I ain't gonna lie, it would have been nice if I could have stand up in that line today and grab a bag of food, because they's giving good stuff. You know, my church is the first black church in Canada. Don't quote me on that though. I think it's the first black church in Quebec. I don't know about all of Canada. I think it's the first black church in Quebec. You know? So when I go there, they show me a lot of love because they see the light inside of me. They see that this guy, you know, he come by himself. He sit by himself. He sit quiet, humbly, just to receive the word of God, to receive the Spirit of God. Yes, I do. And you know what? You're not gonna see people my age, people that look like me in that church. You're not gonna see it. Because you know why? The devil is so busy to destroy young black men right now. The children of God, he's so busy trying to destroy us that it's like you have no choice but to be woke. Because if you don't, you're just gonna be devoured. You're just gonna be devoured, destroyed. And you're not gonna know where it's coming from, where the attacks are coming from, why you're feeling like this, why you're feeling like that. This is a spiritual warfare, y'all, that we're in. And I just give you all the example, yo, 2 magnets. So you cannot see it, but there is forces that are unseen, wickedness in high places, y'all. That's pushing against the chosen ones. We have resistance, y'all. Resistance. You feel what I'm saying? It's like that's the best way I could like describe it. You know, that's what this whole spiritual warfare is. Just imagine we're only waking up to understand and to like how things are working recently in the past couple of years, couple of months, you know. But imagine this whole time how wicked and sneaky the devil has been, just like attacking us small, little by little, taking from us little by little, just so we don't notice. He's been doing this ever since we was born. I'm telling y'all. And you know, God has given me so much wisdom, so much understanding, you know. And this is why I hopped on live right today. I haven't been on live since what, before Christmas, but like New Year's. And you know, I was going out to these bars, I was going out to these places. I noticed my stuff starting to backslide. You know, every time I get closer to my Bible and start getting really closer to God, something crazy happened. Something crazy happened. You see, this summer alone, even last year, yeah, we were talking about last year. The last year in 2025, I was in the hospital on 4 separate occasions. 4 different occasions, bro. One time I tore my shoulder, my rotator cuff. Oh, it was a bunch of stuff. This summer that just passed was one of the worst things that was happened. You know? Because on May 29th, my grandpa passed away. On May 29th of 2025. And at the end of June, I ended up breaking my foot. Right after, I fractured a bone in my foot. So I had the whole air cast and the crutches. I think it was like 4 months. I had it for 4 months, and I think it was like a month and a half that I learned how to walk. I was teaching myself how to walk, and still to this day, I still feel pain in my foot. You know, because right after, as soon as I had the cast off, I had to go work up in that crazy welding place with all these crazy demonic spirits. I had to go work right away. I started to work that job while I had my cast on. There'll be a couple of times where I'll just show you what I'm talking about right away, just so you know I'm not bullshitting. I will show you right away, you know, so you guys know I'm not lying, because I don't have time to lie to you guys. There's not enough time in this world. These are the last days. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to lie to y'all. But I'm gonna show you something. How dedicated and devoted I was. Boy, I'm not even making this up. Y'all see this? I had this on for about, I think like 4 or 5 months. I think it was four months straight with it on. I couldn't put any pressure at all for like 4 months. And then a month and a half it took me to learn how to walk again. And as soon as this cast came off, because I lost the job I had because I broke my foot. You know what I'm saying? I had a job that they told me, we don't need you no more. You can't move, you can't walk around, we don't need you. You know? So I was out for about 4.5 months. So the whole summer I was out, the whole summer. But as soon as I was able to put some pressure, like I could start putting a little bit of pressure, like you have to keep the cast on, but I could put a little bit of pressure, I started to work right away. As soon as the doctor told me, okay, I could walk without the crutches, I went to work right away. I didn't go to physiotherapy. I didn't have time for none of that, you know what I'm saying? Because at the time I just moved, this August past, I just moved to a new place, you know? And my first paycheck that I'm making has to go to rent right away, so I have to go work. I didn't have time for physiotherapy. I didn't have the money to go to physiotherapy, you know? I was just at work. I was just limping for like, you know, doing what I have to do, you know? Still to this day, I feel it in my foot. I feel aches and pains when I'm sleeping and stuff, you know? Still to this day, you know? Just to you know, because it says this in the Bible. This is something I want to get into. The Bible says if a man don't work, he don't eat. You know, and this is a scripture that really bothered me because, you know, I'm not gonna try to say I was trying to test God, but maybe I guess in a way you could say I was trying to test that statement and see what he was really talking about, but not. I didn't really want to find out, but I thought I did. But you know, it's saying in the Bible, if a man don't work, then he don't eat. But like, what is that definition of work? You know what I mean? Because there was times where I wasn't working a job. Just because you don't work a job or clock in for the man doesn't mean you're not working. There's all different kind of works, you know? At the time I had a t-shirt business. I was doing custom t-shirts and printing custom t-shirts and for basketball teams and stuff like that. There are different artists that want to have their logo and is making logos and stuff like that. So people could come to me and get one t-shirt. They could get 20 t-shirts, 60 t-shirts, stuff like that. And you know, I was doing this at the time, you know, making t-shirts. I was really trying to do this, but you know, I noticed I'm not working for the man, but I've still got these own works that I'm doing. You know, I'm making t-shirts, I'm cutting the vinyl, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And you know, I noticed that, you know, money started to get in tight at the time. It was starting to get real tight, you know? Things were starting to dry up and I'm just like looking at God like God, I'm doing works. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing works, God. I'm over here, I'm cutting vinyl. You know what I mean? I'm promoting my business. I got all these t-shirts I invested my money in, you know what I'm saying? I'm hustling, I'm trying to get it going. I'm doing works, you know? I'm not just sitting at home expecting everything to just fall in my lap. You know, like I'm doing works. I'm doing the best that I can. You know, and things ended up drying up and I'm looking at God like, God, I'm doing works though. It says in your word if a man don't work, he don't eat. But my food dried up, but I'm working, God. Why is that so? You know? And it was something I was battling for a long time. I'm looking to God like, God, do I have to go and punch for the man? Do I have to go and work at one of these companies where it's not doing anything that's benefiting anybody? I'm not saving nobody. I'm not drawing anybody closer to Jesus over there at these jobs. It's not that kind of job. Most of these jobs is production kind of jobs. You building something, you taking a piece of metal, you welding a piece of metal, you're making a container, you're making something that has nothing to do with the wellness of people, of human beings. It has nothing to do. And I know that's what the purpose that God has for me. It's for the wellness of people. You know what I mean? God gave me such a positive spirit. He put so much light inside of me that I just like sharing it with other people. I'm telling you guys. I've been through so much. I don't even try to do too much crazy stuff. I don't want to go party. I don't want to go turn up. I don't want to be in no big crowds or nothing like that. I just want to be in a calm, safe, loving, positive environment, you know what I'm saying, where the Holy Spirit is present, and I'm good. I'm good. You know? Got my little spliff. I burn my little spliff. Yo, I'm good. I'm good. You know? That's why you guys gonna see these videos that are gonna be starting to come. I'm doing my best to save me a couple of thousand so I could really pack up my stuff, pack what I have, put everything up in a suitcase, and book my flight and get up on out here. And I'm not looking back. I'm really not looking back, man. You know, I got some family down here, and it's going. I got 1 or 2 family members down here, and it's going to hurt, you know, for me to make that transition. But at the end of the day, man, if people don't want to move, if people don't want to better their life or take a leap of faith or do something that's going to better their life, it might be a little bit scary. But if you don't want to take that leap of faith, I got to do it, and I got to leave y'all behind, man, because it's like I can't be no crab in a bucket with y'all. I'm done with people dragging me back down to be at their level. I'm done with that. And you know when wherever I go into the tropics, mind you. I'm going straight to the tropical, somewhere where there's no winter like over here in Canada. Somewhere where I could survive outside without you know, needing a shelter. Like over here in Canada, you cannot survive if you don't have a shelter. It's too cold. Yeah, it's like minus 25. In US, I think you guys got it by like Celsius, or you guys go by Fahrenheit, I think. Over here in Canada, it's different. I forget which one it is for over here. I think it's Celsius though, or Fahrenheit, but I'm not too sure. But over here right now, it's about minus 20. Over there in the States, it'd probably be like 5 degrees or something like that. 5 degrees plus something like that. Over here, it's minus 20 something. Tonight gonna be like minus 25. There's people dying out here, freezing to death, hypothermia, all different kind of stuff. Like, this is like, it's not a place where you could, where God's children is meant to be. Think about it. If you don't got no shelter, no warmth, you know what I'm saying? You gonna freeze to death out here. Like, I really thinking about this shit. Like, I can't even go outside in certain times and go and just like try to bump into somebody that could uplift me, or I could uplift them just on a walk or something like that. Just going to do my daily diligence, like, you know what I'm saying? Going to do God's work, going around spreading joy, you know? You can't even do that over here because you know why? It's too cold. You need a car. You need a car. You know? I'm just done being around all this darkness. Every time you look up out the window, darkness, all gray and white, snow everywhere, freezing. I'm done with that, man. I'm done with that. You know, this, God willing, this is gonna be the last winter that I'm going through this. Because as soon as I come across some money, as soon as I come across the right amount of money, I'm going to order my passport right away. You know, right away. I'm ordering my passport right away. And I'm gonna get me a ticket, a plane ticket. I'm gonna pack up all my stuff and I'm flying up out of here, man. I'm gonna spend some moments with my family, you know, with my dad. I'm gonna spend some moments with my dad, because I really want my dad to come with me on this trip too, you know. My pops, like, Canada ain't been easy for him either. You know what I mean? It's been tough for my pops too, and I feel for him a lot, because, you know, a lot of the stuff, and it's crazy to say, but a lot of the stuff that he went through, or that he's going through, it's like I go through the same type of attacks, the same type of things. It's kind of crazy. Because you see, my name Dwayne Jr. I'm the junior. You see, my dad a chosen one too. But when I look at all this stuff my dad have to go through, man, I'm like, man, one thing that'll hurt you the most in this life is you looking at one of your loved ones, knowing that this crazy demonic world then drove them crazy. That'll break your heart, man, I'm telling you. You see all the pressure, all the stress, what it does to one of your loved ones, that'll fuck up your head, man, I'm telling you. It'll fuck you up. You know? There's all kind of people I'm trying to save, all kind of people I'm trying to take care of, and when they need something, I'm right there. But when the tables are turned, some people, it's just because they don't have the resources to help me. They would if they could. But for 99.9% of people, when the tables are turned and when I need a helping hand, When I need a little bit of flour in my kitchen so I can make some bakes, ain't nobody there, man. Every time, every time I hit rock bottom and I needed something from someone, they made me beg. They made me beg them. You know what I'm saying? They made me beg. They made me feel like I'm a bum. Like I gotta have a guaranteed set date when I could pay them back. What time, what hour? Made me feel like a straight bum, bro, asking these people for stuff. You see me on the other hand, when I have it, trust me when I say this. If I really love you and I know you in need of something, I know you're not bullshitting me and you needed something, I'm gonna give you whatever you need and I'm not asking for it. I don't want nothing in return. I don't care if it's $10,000. I don't care if it's $1,000,000. If I really love you, there's no limit on what I don't care about money like that, man. I really don't. I'm ready to go live off of the beach, y'all. I'm telling you. I just realized how much money is a tool and how much I need it to survive, you know? Even if I move to another country, you need money to survive. You know, I can't be just with no source of income. That can't go on, you know? That can't go on. You know, and I'm doing everything I should be doing to have some money flowing through. You know, I'm doing everything. You know, and it's like, I'll be honest with y'all. I ain't trying to go back. I'm not trying to go back to the streets. I'm not trying to go back to the trap. I'm not trying to go back to selling drugs, man. I'm not trying to do that. You know, I'm not trying to do that. I ain't no lazy kid that ain't work it. Don't want to work no job. I'm ready and I'm willing. You know, I found a contract the other day. I worked a job of these bags, like lifting these heavy bags. The bags were like I think 167 pounds each. These coffee bags, these big coffee bags come in like these straw bags or something like that. Yarn bags. They came in like these yarn bags, and we had I think 268 of those bags. We had to offload off of a truck, and it's just me and one other guy lifting them, and then we had one other guy that was wrapping the pallets. And boy, when I tell you, I knocked off the job in 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours we finished that job. Everybody, all these other people is tired, quitting. They like, bro, I don't know how you's not tired. They don't know that all my strength come from God. All of my strength come from God. We finished that job in 3.5 hours. And, you know, after that, I had all kind of crazy blisters on my hands all torn up, all blisters all around the tips of my fingers, crazy bubbles. It was like, damn, man. I'm talking to God like, God, is this the kind of jobs I have to do to go make a living? I already sprained my spine. I sprained my spine before, a few years back. You know, I broke my foot. I got all these kind of injuries that I've been through. I'm not trying to be doing no crazy labor lifting kind of jobs, man. My body is done with that. It's over. I've done moving. I've done all these type of jobs. Yo, that's there's people for that. Let me just say that. There's people for that. Hey, you're supposed to be a mover and everybody's supposed to be, you know, some people have a gift and they're meant to use that gift in this life. Use what God gave them, you know? And you know, I appreciate all y'all too, because a lot of you guys let me know, like, yo, I appreciate the messages, your vibe, you know, your energy, and that's the only thing that I'm trying to do. I would love to be, but I'm not a Bible scholar, you know? I didn't memorize the Bible back to front, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of scriptures that I know. I've done my best to read my Bible. I got my Bible sitting right there. I've done my best, my very best to you know, to try to get into it. But you know, God has me on this path. He has me telling out my testimonies, telling out my street tales, telling out these stories and these testimonies that I've been through in the streets, because other people resonated with stuff that real stuff that's going on in their life too, from day-to-day basis, real situations we're going through. They're gonna relate to that too, because I'm real. I just tell it real like that, you know. And when I noticed that, I was about to quit this channel. Like, I was getting tired of just making videos, and it's like, you know, channel's not blowing up yet, or I'm not getting the views or the reactions that I want to get, you know. So I'm like, I'm like, God, I'm ready. I'm done. I'm pretty much done with this YouTube. Like, what's the point of me just spending all this time, all my hopes and dreams into this channel, putting all my energy into it? And it's like, I don't see myself getting nothing out of it in the end. I don't see, like, the whole point of it is to reach people so people can receive these messages, the talk, they can receive the positive energy of God. That, you know what I'm saying? The positive spirit of God. Like, so we can amplify God's name. This is the whole point of me doing these chats and these lives and these videos, because we constantly with the Lord. This is what I do, But when I wasn't seeing results, and I'm not talking about just 1 week or one video, I'm talking about like after 1 year of doing this like consistently, I almost give up. I'm not gonna lie. I say, God, look, like I devoted 1 year of my life to this. Like it's not making me no money. Like, I feel like I'm just doing this for nothing. I tell him, God, I'm ready to just throw in the towel. And he told me, like, I'm asking him, I'm like, God, give me a sign, of if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. If this is helping people, anybody in some kind of way or fashion or form, Lord, give me a sign, because I'm not feeling it no more. I'm feeling like I just wasted my time. Next thing you know, I think I posted one video, and I don't think it got views like that, but it had one single person that commented on the video, and they said something, I forget exactly what they said, but they said something that was just like, it's like God just sent them to come and comment on the video. They were saying something, in other words, they were saying, like, yo, thank you so much for, like being vulnerable and putting yourself out there. Your videos really do help me and uplift me, on me and my journey and the challenges I go through, and God bless you. Don't ever give up. They said something just like that. And I was like, oh Lord. I'm like, how can I give up now? You know? Like, how could I throw in the towel right now? Knowing that. Because me, guys, I don't care about money like that. I really don't. I really don't, man. I just want to be happy and be healthy and be prosperous. I want everything around me to be taken care of, and all the needs of all my loved ones and myself be taken care of. And I'd be happy. Be happy, man. I'd be blessed. I'm telling you. I don't play no competition games. I'm not trying to bring down nobody. I'm not trying to bring down nobody. I'm not trying to look down on nobody. You know? But that's just the way I perceive it. I don't need much to be happy. I really don't. Give me a wife, give me a nice dog, give me a warm place, comfortable place to rest my head. You know what I'm saying? My family, my kids, and some work that I could do. Some work that like preaching, like how I'm doing with these videos, preaching. You could say it, that's what you say it. I wouldn't want to call it preaching for a long time. I did not want to call it preaching for a long time, to be honest. I didn't even want to call it this whole thing a ministry. It's like I was scared to call it a ministry for a while, because I'm like, everybody calling their thing a ministry, but I ain't no pastor. I'm not no preacher. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the streets. I'm still doing my thing. Like, we used to down look on that. People used to look, and people still do, man. People from the hood look like, man, I ain't preaching. I ain't no pastor. Don't tell me they don't, because I still hear it in the music nowadays. But we used to be like, nah, I ain't trying to be no pastor. I'm a gangster, man. I look at things different now, because this is basically what I'm doing. And in other words, this is basically what I'm doing. When I speak about God on these YouTube videos, this is preaching, man. I mean, at least I think it is. I'm doing the work of God, like, and I love doing it. And I swear I very much value you guys, that especially, like, yo, y'all uplift me in ways you don't even know. Like, just the support is crazy. It's crazy, the support. The support is on a whole another level, and we just getting started. We just getting started. But yeah, that was my little story there about how I almost quit doing this whole channel thing, because I was like, man, I'm making all of these YouTube videos. Like 2025, we did like around 180 videos, something like that. Could have done some more. There's 365 days in a year. There were some times where I wasn't making videos, or I was taking some breaks, but I did the best that I could for 2025, and we have about 180 videos. This year we're gonna try to do more than that. But I'm not looking for quantity. I'm looking for quality. I'm not just gonna get up in the morning and make any kind of video just because I feel like I want some people to see my face, because I want to see that yes, I gotta upload for the day. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure that if I'm making these videos, like I got some kind of substance, I got some kind of quality of you know of the content I'm talking about. I wanted it to make sense. Like I don't just want to come on here talking just like giving somebody hope. Like people really need help sometimes. They need like that like positive. They need somebody they could connect to and relate to, and just know that everything's gonna be okay. Sometimes that's all people need to hear. You know, everything's gonna be okay. Just put your trust in God. Put your trust in God. Don't be worrying about stuff, because first of all, if something's already out of your hands, there's nothing you can do about it anyways but pray about it. So why stress yourself? Why beat yourself up about something that's out of your control? If you can't do nothing about it, just rest. Just rest. Continue to do what you need to do. You know what I mean? Like if you're looking for a job or something, don't just rest and give up and you're just done the job search. Do what you need to do for the day. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow's gonna provide for that day itself. You know? I stopped beating up myself, man. I was just beating myself up like crazy. Like, yo, you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be there, you're supposed to be that. Look where your younger brothers are. Look where your sisters are. They're over here. They're all doing this, they're doing that. Where are you? I stopped comparing my life to other people, because we don't have the same purpose. You know? Some people had no problems. Some of my family members have no problems. Yes, it's tiring, a little bit tiring to go work, and you come home, you're a little bit tired, but they're not going through the same spiritual attacks that I was going through, or that I continue to go through. We're just on two different levels. And when I realized that, I had to separate myself from them. Like it says in the word, separate yourself, be separate and come out from amongst them. And that's when I realized we're not on the same level spiritually. you know we're going through two whole different attacks. Our perceptions are two whole different things. We see things in a different way. We have different beliefs. So that's when I stopped comparing myself to them. Yes, these people might be in a higher place. They might have cars way more expensive than everything that you own. They might have houses or businesses, whatever it may be. I stopped comparing myself to them, because when I look back at it, these people have not come even close or remotely close to the challenge, the obstacles, the heartbreak that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? The chaos. They didn't have none of that inside of my life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these family members, when I was kicked out when I was young, when my mom kicked me out when I was 15 years old, a lot of them, he was hearing me knock on the door like, yo, I need a place. Forget about him, man. Mom don't fuck with him. We ain't fucking with him either. Fuck him. A lot of them was looking at me like that. Still to this day, some of them do. Some of them do like that. I'm telling you, the level of disrespect it is, y'all don't even know. I got some family members, they just like, God bless them. Just God bless them. I didn't even go around to do Christmas this year, because I was just so broken there. Like, I was not trying to go around and feel them spirits. Like, if I wanted to be alone on Christmas and feel like I'm alone, I would just stay all by myself, and I would feel the same way. I don't need to go around and sit around the whole table with all you guys just to feel like I'm still alone. Feel like I'm still all by myself. Like, y'all is talking to everyone else. Mom talking to brother talking to sister, mother talking to aunt, everybody talking to everybody else, but you feel like I'm feeling like I don't have no connection with nobody. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm trying to though. Hey, what's up? What's up? Appreciate that. Peace to you. Peace to you. Appreciate that. You see what I'm saying? Need more of that love over here. I need more of that. Like, that's what we do. Subscribe. Stay in tune with us. We need more. We need more energy like y'all around. I don't do lives that often, cause I used to though. I used to. Yeah, subscribe. You gotta subscribe to the channel. I got a lot of videos that I posted, just like, you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be nobody but myself. My whole YouTube channel is about me just sharing my testimony on a level that people can really relate to. The whole channel is oriented all around God. Okay, God is the source. God is my provider. God is the highlight of this channel. So I'm always gonna give him the praise. But it's really about me sharing my testimony. I share my testimony, the stuff that I've been through in my whole life, because it was all spiritual. It was all spiritual attacks. It was happening since I was very young. since I was before I was even in my mother's womb, right? So, but the testimonies, it's on a kind of level, and I share them on a kind of level that is like shameless. May I say it's like shameless in a way. It's like some people would share their testimony, but say it in a way where it's like, yeah, well, they're still high above, or they're still like, no, I say it in a way where it still hurts. Like it still hurts me to share that, stuff that people could really relate to, like things that go on in family households and stuff that people don't want to share, like a bunch of stuff, a bunch of stuff. I share stuff about fake friends. I share stuff about saying what it's like being light in this whole demonic warfare. What it's like being a chosen one, being a being of light, a being of God, a child of God, and having to operate in this evil world. You know what I mean? The spiritual attacks. I talk about all of that. You know, I talk about all of that. And you'll see it in my videos too. You'll see I'm not talking no BS. You'll see like the ups and the downs. You see me like constantly, trying to constantly pushing forward. You'll see the dedication, how I never took my foot off the gas. Might have my foot might have been a little bit sore, so we released the pressure a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But we were still rolling forward. Yeah, spiritual warfare has definitely been crazy heavy lately. You're right. You know, you're super right. Like I didn't even come around family this Christmas. Like on Christmas Day, you know, all this family was trying to bring me around and stuff like that. But I got like some relatives that's just we're not on one accord when it comes to God. Like I got some. I'll just be honest with you guys. I got some family members that's I don't want to be a hypocrite too. I'll talk about more of this. I got some family members that's still to this day into witchcraft and stuff like that. Stuff that I just don't vibe with no more. I used to be interested in that kind of stuff before I was really awoken, before God really like started drawing me closer to Him. It's just the people that I was around. There was like the surroundings I was around, the females I was around at the time. It was all dark energy, and I thought it was like the right way of like becoming woke, becoming spirituality, fooling with crystals, doing spells, and all this kind of stuff was getting too deep inside of that kind of darkness where I realized I'm like, yo, this stuff is really dark. Like it's really dark. All that stuff, all that witchcraft, and it only started going downhill and downhill and downhill from there. And I realized like certain stuff that I was doing, trying to do spells and stuff like that, starting off at the early stages, didn't know about what could come back onto me and stuff like that. Like, yo, all that witchcraft and voodoo and stuff like that. If y'all is into that kind of stuff, I don't want that kind of stuff around me. I don't care if you're my family. Like, I still gonna wish you the best. I still gonna pray for you, but especially like if I want to be spiritual attacked and feel like I'm all alone, I'll go take a bus ride somewhere. You know, feeling like I'm all alone in a room full of people. If I want that, I'll just go take a walk somewhere and go to the public place where with all these demonic spirits, and I feel the same way. But like that's basically why. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like on Christmas Day I wanted to be around the spirit of God, the spirit of Jesus. That's why I didn't go around family. I went to, my dad ended up calling me, and he's the only one in my family where we could talk about God together. The only one where we amplify Jesus' name, you know. So he called me. He's like, "Yo, long story short, you should come over." And I was like, you know what? I was already about to spend the whole Christmas Day by myself. I was like, you know what? Let me just go pull up on my dad. Because keep in mind, it's not that I didn't want to go see my brothers, my sisters, my mom, and stuff like that. But that's how the family is. The family's separate like that. Brothers, sisters, mom's side, me and my dad on that side. Let me tap into this chat real quick. That's a fact. That's a fact. Inner tone. I feel what you just said. Yeah, nah, for real though. For real. It's a blessing to have my dad. It really is. It really is a blessing to have my dad in my life. Cause he's the main person that like really introduced me to God. He put me on that path of God. He was teaching me about God. If it wasn't for my dad, I'd be nowhere close spirit. Like it's true that they say God chose you before you were in your mother's womb. and all of this stuff. But it's like if I didn't have my dad to teach me certain stuff, I wouldn't be at the level that I am spiritually. I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have spiritually. I would I would have just fell victim to the streets, just like a lot of our siblings and friends do, you know. So I gotta give my dad credit where credit is due. My dad, when it comes to God, he ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect. But when it comes to God, man, my dad was always there, giving praise to the Lord all the time. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Amplifying God's name. Yes. I appreciate you saying that. Inner tone. It gave me like a reflection. It made me reminisce about all of that, you know, because it's been a while, you know, me and my dad, it's like we both type struggling over here, you know, as a lot of the chosen ones are, just trying to find our way, get caught up in the system, you know, the way like get caught up in like trying to take care of all these bills and stuff like that. Like you lose track of, you know, of who you are and the direction you're headed in. So, you know, definitely whatever success that comes to me, I'm gonna include my father in that, you know, definitely, you know, and that's why I spent the day with him, you know. I spent only a few hours because he was already tipsy when I went there, you know. My father a little bit older now, so like by the time I got there, we had a few hours together, you know. We had some good conversations. It's always a good vibe going to see my dad, you know. We had our fights, we had our ups and downs, you know. The devil definitely was trying to break up our relationship together. We had a bunch of that, you know. But my dad definitely a hard-headed Bahamian, definitely. But I love him with all my heart, you know what I'm saying? And that's what kept me close to my pops, because he just have that spirit of love inside of him. It don't even matter, yo. It don't even matter if somebody out in the streets, like a random stranger, go out and like and kill somebody. I'm not glorifying that. I'm just using this as an example. But some of the people that give me the best advice in my life or the most love in my life be some of these killers out here. I'm telling you. At my school, there was a program where they would be, you know, accepting people that coming out from doing life in prison and stuff like that. Some of my good friends now to this day, you know, someone give me great advice. You know what I'm saying? Just because you make a mistake in life don't mean that, you know, that's who you are. It just means you made a mistake, you know. And I know light when I see light. I see light in people, you know, and I know when there's good people around me, and like some of the best people, some of the best conversations I had, some of the most love I received was from people out here in the streets, homeless people. I'm telling you. So I don't judge anybody that I see. A lot of these people, like it says in the Bible, be careful of angels that strangers that you entertain, because they might be angels unaware. And I have videos where I talk about this still to this day. I'm going to make a video. I did make a video the same night, but I'm gonna make a real video when this channel grows a little bit, because I don't want that video that I'm gonna tell you what it is. I don't want it to just go under the rug. Like it's so big that I want the right amount of people to see it. You know what I'm saying? There's one time when, you know, I was in a situation like kind of like how I am right now, where like my well was drying up a little bit. You know, still trying to find out like, God, what do you want me to do? You know, you just want me to go work some regular job that's killing my spirit, killing everything I got going on. Y'all see this light that I got inside of me? It's not there when I'm working these crazy dead end jobs around these spirits. Like it just drained me so fast. Like I haven't been to work in about like a month right now since that last job, but I got my glow back. Like, you know, like I feel way happier. Like I feel like not perfect, but I feel like a relief. Appreciate that. Stay tuned to the channel. Appreciate that. We always need positive energy around here, you know. But just because I'm saying that, it don't mean like I'm not trying to work and stuff like that. It's just like I've been in some situations that were so uncomfortable for myself, that were so detrimental to my mental health, you know, that was just like it doesn't even matter about the money at this point. Like if I feel like I'm being drawn farther away from God, or like my spirit is just being killed and drowned, I don't care about that job in that case. And that's why I left my last job, you know. Some people say, "Oh, you crazy, you tripping, you just supposed to push through it." We all going through stuff at this job. But yo, y'all don't understand. When you chosen by God, the devil has a hit on your head. Them demons is coming after you left and right, left and right. Like they coming after you. You feel it like when you're around other people, them spirits be jumping on you. Like you feel them like clawing on you, like going home like I gotta take a spiritual bath. But you know, the video that I wanted to make when the proper audience was there is the day when I was in a situation like how I am right now, where God sent a angel to me, like legit, yo, legit, legit, legit. Like I'm not talking about, you know, a human or one of your neighbors, and it's like they give you some sugar and you're like, you know, you needed some salt or pepper and they bless you with that, so you're like, yeah, that's it. That's an angel right there. That's an angel. You know what I'm saying? They give me some sugar. That's an angel. They bless me. No, I'm talking about like a real life angel, like a angel that could take form of any whatever form he wants, that communicates with mental telepathy, that can read your heart, that knows your thoughts before they're even gonna come. That know like that kind of angel, you know? I God sent one of them inside of my life and we came across, and you know, a lot of things changed since that day. I promise you I haven't been the same since that day. I promise you. One day I'm gonna make I made a video the night before. I swear I called my dad like probably like 6 o'clock in the morning the next day, 5, 6. He's like, what are you calling me so early for? Were you waking me up? It was on the weekend. I was just so excited, you know? So excited of what I seen and what I experienced, that I was just like, I gotta tell somebody, like, and like I was telling you guys, my pops is the only one pretty much that I got to talk about like God and stuff like that we could really, cause it's my dad, you know what I mean? Your pops will never steer you in the wrong direction, you know, unless you really got like a messed up pops, like a demonic pops. Like if you like, a dad's job is to guide and protect, guide and direct, like to protect their children, you know. So most of the situation, like your pop's not gonna be trying to do you wrong, like he's gonna try to lead you in the right direction, you know. So, you know, shout out to my dad. Like I love my dad so much, man. Like the love that I have for my dad, we have agape love, unconditional love, you know. Sometimes we didn't talk for a while and we went some months here and there, but it's not a day. We might have went a couple of months not talking, but there was not a minute or there was not a day where I wasn't thinking about him or his well-being, or you know. That's my dog, man. My pops, bro. Trust me, whatever success I have in my life, he coming right up there with me, because I know how it is. I know how it is, man, with these spiritual attacks. So if I'm going through something right now, whatever attacks, spiritual attacks I'm going through, if I'm going through that right now, I can only imagine what my pops has been through, or how the devil is tempting him and trying to destroy his life. I can only imagine, you know, because. And for the record, usually I take a live. I've done lives before, but I usually deleted it after, because you know, most of the time I was just like getting drunk. I'd be drinking and going on live, and then next thing you know, I'd end up at a bar or something, going live with you guys, just like acting a fool, you know. Even though I wouldn't say acting a fool, acting real culture and copacetic, and I was acting like proper, but I was having a lot of issues with. I was starting to have issues with like bartenders and random people at the bar that was just like starting shit with me, you know, like being disrespectful, like bartenders just like acting like super like obnoxious, super disrespectful stuff that I should be like reporting to their manager and stuff like that. But I'm like, I'm just gonna let God take care of it. Why? What am I doing? Even going to bars and stuff like that? Like it's not even a place that I should be. But you know, the holidays just passed, and you know, I really felt like, you know, let me go out and socialize with people, you know, let me go out and like, and you know, network and talk and like vibe with some people, you know what I mean? But it's like when you got the Holy Spirit inside of you, going to them bars, going to these clubs and stuff, it's the wrong place to be. It's the wrong place to be. Like if you think there's spiritual warfare out in the streets and at your workplace and stuff like that, try going to a bar. That's where all of these spirits are, man. People are gonna be trying to do all these crazy jealous stuff. Man, when I tell you, I was on live at this one bar right before Christmas, having the best time. Margaritas. What was it? Margarita? Yeah. I like the margaritas. I love the margaritas actually. One of my favorite drinks, margaritas. and I'm going to this bar, and I like, mind you, I've been there for a while. I'm just there by myself. I'm just vibing. You know what I mean? Like, it's the hot. I'm watching the snow fall outside. Like, I'm just on a peaceful vibe. You know, and it's like, mind you, I'm on my third tab at this place. Like, the bartender's changing. People, like, I'm on my third tab, second or third tab. So I've been there for a while. I'm spending money. I'm tipping them. Like, you know, everything was going good until, you know, chosen ones, you can only shine so bright for your environment, you know? Just like the example before that I was given with the flea in the jar with the lid, you can only jump so high as the lid. Like, man, I was on live and the live started jumping. Like, people are flowing through. I'm chatting with people. I'm getting lit. I'm at the bar now by myself. I'm just chilling, having a great time. You know, I don't care who's next to me, who's watching. I'm on live. I'm doing my thing, you know? Your boy's shining, just as the chosen one should. Your boy is shining. I'm chilling. I'm doing my thing. And next thing you know, this bartender started getting jealous. She got started getting super jealous because, first of all, she ended up being my server, but before that, she wasn't. There was another girl that was my server, and I liked the way she made the drinks. You know, I liked the way she made the margaritas. It was like that was it. I didn't like the way the other one was making them. So I'm like, can you tell your coworker to make me the drink? And that was the first strike. She started. That's when the steam started boiling up inside of her. He's like, this guy is like, she's like, I'm gonna kill him. And I could already see, like, I already feel the vibes and stuff like that. So I'm asking her friend to make me the drinks. Her friend looked like Jennifer Aniston. I swear, I'm not gonna forget. I told her that too. I'm like, you know, you look like Jennifer Aniston. She was cool though. The one that made my drinks, she was cool. The one that looked like Jennifer, she was cool. Anyways, everything was going good. I was like, well, long story short, someone in my chat was telling me like, go buy somebody, like, go buy, like, bless some people with random drinks like in the market. So I'm walking around, and I see like these two girls sitting down. Look like the right person to buy them a drink, you know what I mean? Everyone else was in like large groups and stuff. It was just them two, so I'm like, okay, I could bless them with a drink each. It's not gonna be nothing crazy, you know? So I'm like, all right. I'm like, I go on live. I deleted the live video from off of the YouTube because I'm just like, I don't want that kind of content on my channel. Okay, the channel's not about partying, turning up. It's not about that. My bad, Shorty. I forgot. I gotta stay up to date with the chat too. I feel what you're saying though. I feel what you're saying. Inner tone, you got it going on. You got it going on. You got it going on, girl. I don't know what I just did. Hold on. I don't know what I just did. Anyways, I don't know what I did. I pinned her comment. Anyways, well, I like what she said, so shout out to you. Speaking some facts. Speaking facts. But like, yeah, you know, let me get a little bit of water real quick. I gotta, remember to interact with the people in the chat too. It's not just all about me. Like, this is what I'm here for too. Is like, I appreciate y'all giving me this space that I could just vent my whole life stories. I got 20 million other stories to come, but it's like I gotta remember y'all in here too. So it's like, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I'm gonna try to unpin that comment. There we go. All right, we good. We good. Inner tone, you right though. You right on that last comment. Right. You know. Yeah, man. I got so many stories. This is what I'm coming on live for, man. I'm coming on live just to tell these stories, like, cause I know people relate to them. You know, people resonate with this real stuff going on. You know, and the inner tone. If you still in the chat, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Subscribe if you didn't already. I know you say you did, but stay part of this channel. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see you in the next live. I'd like to see you commenting. You know, stay part of the family. Okay, shout out to you. God bless you. And this live, I'm actually gonna post it. I'm actually gonna post this live on the channel. I'm not gonna delete it. I'm just gonna post it as like a video. So we're gonna leave that. We're gonna do that. And we've actually been here almost 2 hours now. Yeah, been on live for 2 hours. So should have way more views than that. That's what I'm saying. Like if I were to post on my, I deleted my other YouTube channels because I was just like, at a certain point in time, I'm just like, yeah, I'm done with all this stuff. But I remember when I was making car content, like I was having like almost partnerships with these dealerships. Like at the Mercedes dealership, I was speaking to the manager. At the Chrysler Jeep Ram dealership, I was speaking to them to come and just and film the cars. Like go in there and just film cars and make like car reviews, car content. You know, me and my boy was renting cars. We had the BMW X1, and we did a review about that. I ended up all these ups and downs, man. It's like I post stuff, delete stuff, post stuff, delete stuff. I'm not doing that no more. You know, if I'm making content, I'm gonna post it. All right, you take care too. It was good talking to you. It was good talking to you too. Inner Tone, shout out to her. Shout out to her. You know, gotta appreciate the supporters. Gotta appreciate the supporters. Yeah, man. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Who knows? I might go live. Who knows? The next time I'm gonna do a live. But I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you just taking a moment to vibe out. Mad love, mad respect. Catch you in the next one. You know what I'm saying? Let me while I roll up a little something. Yes, sir. Literally 2 hours, man. I've been on this. Crazy. I think this is the longest live I've ever been on. But you know, I love YouTube. I love making videos. I love making content. So I'm gonna just roll up a little something. And yeah, man. I'm gonna roll me up a little something. And yeah, we're gonna call it a wrap. 2 hours, long enough. Should be at 2K views right now, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna continue to grow. Channel gonna continue to grow. I ain't tripping. But appreciate all y'all that tapped in with this live, that were vibing with your boy. You know, it was cool. I like talking to a lot of you. Thank you guys for subscribing. The new subscribers that we got. Shout out to all y'all. And I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in the next video. So stay positive, stay blessed, stay prayed up. And God bless you, man. It's your boy. I'm praying from the bottom of my heart. I pray that, you know, things go smooth for you. Things, you know, I pray that God, you know, mends your broken heart. You know, that I pray that your prayers may be answered. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace, love.